Just take a second. Just think about it. Really take it in. Breathe it in right now. Just all together, let's just take a nice big breath. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out. It's sensational, isn't it? Welcome, lads, to the post-match reaction for Burnley 4, Huddersfield 0. Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ. What a game of football that was. That first half, sensational. Relentless. So sharp with our passing. So confident on the ball from the first player to the 11th player. Every single player on the pitch. So natural, so comfortable, so brave as well. Not only like we're passing it in like, just a couple of easy passes left and right. We're just splitting the defense without even trying at times. And I will say that I do understand it is Huddersfield. They're currently in bottom 3 for a reason. They've got some injuries in that. I get that completely. However, they're still a side in the same league as us. So I take that as an incredible result. Again, you may say, yeah, they're bottom 3. You're not playing Barcelona. I don't care. I really do not care. Let's get to the game. But I really just want to just get into your minds of how good this football team really is at football. We are too good. Now, of course, money was spent, but you need to spend money wisely. Aston Villa spent about 60-odd million and finished 14th. Stoke spent about 50 million and finished 16th. You can spend money all you want, but you need to spend it wisely. I could go for the entire team, man. I could go through Ekdal. I could go to Tabea, just coming back in. Easy, comfortable. Maatson, Roberts, Cullen. Oh, Cullen. Oh, how was Cullen let go by West Ham? How did Josh Cullen end up at Anderlecht? How did no other team recognize this Donny when he was playing at Charlton and that? How did no one recognize him? Sensational. Sensational. And that goes to every single man on the football pitch. Saruri, Johan, Teller, Barnes. We've already spoken about Barnes enough times, but Jesus Christ. This is not the same player. It's not. It's not the same player. Chris P in the chat, Burnley made it look too easy. Jay saying, I get it, Huddersfield, but Burnley are still massive. Declan saying, the Real Madrid of the Championship. Dan the sound man. Wow, classy win. And this is just incredible. So let's get into the first half. In my opinion, as first half scores, in my time as a Burnley fan, I think that is the best first half that I have ever seen. I really am trying to think. I was thinking throughout that second half, thinking, is this the best that I've ever seen as a Burnley fan? And I'm going to go to the full 90 minutes on Claret's player. I'm going to go on there when it's out, next tomorrow or something, right? I'm going to go for the game. And I'm going to make a compilation of all of the plays that we made. Because 4-0 is being kind. That is the only thing that I'm gutted about, is that we could have scored more. We should have scored more, and we deserved more. But before Huddersfield fans gets annoyed by that, I'm going to say one thing about Huddersfield. Your number 35, I believe, Diarra, some player. That young lad on the wing, so right-hand side, some player he is. I think he's from your academy. When he came on at half-time, what a boy he looks like. And with him, you may stand a chance of staying up. Because, again, it may be like we're looking down on you guys. But today really wasn't a chance for you guys. I think Warnock knew that. He said it in his presser, saying that he kind of already saw this game as a free hit. And that I think he also said in his presser that there were some players on the fringes of maybe coming back in the squad. And that he already kind of put them to the side of like, we don't need you for Burnley. We need you for the other games which we may stand more of a chance. I think that's basically what he was saying in his presser. And maybe it showed. Maybe the Huddersfield lads just kind of didn't know what to do with us and was just trying to do damage control. And it sounds harsh, but that Diarra, number 35, some boy, I must say. Looking at the chat here, best half of football I've seen us play maybe ever. It's hard to think of a better first half than that, or a better half of football than that. The second half only scored one. I think that the injury of Maatsen may have maybe took a bit of a bite out the game. That's the only negative I could find about today. Maatsen going down with a shoulder injury, his right shoulder. Some great tracking back from a pass, I believe, from Juric. Tracked back, made a tackle, perfect. Went down, I think he slipped and went down straight and put all the impact basically on his shoulder. And that seems like it's caused him a lot of discomfort. So, of course, the main thing really is hoping that Maatsen is not out for too long. In the grand scheme of the season, I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, he's a great player. Taylor's also a decent player for a backup. You know, when you're having Charlie Taylor as your backup, it's pretty decent in your situation. And you never know, maybe we'll see Vitinho maybe going as a left back instead for next game. Ahead of Taylor. Maybe to find out. Maybe Vitinho may be more better suited for that sort of system. So that's the only real negative I can find for today. With a shoulder injury, he may be out for potentially a couple of weeks. Potentially, you may say 4-6 weeks. But fortunately, because it's not like a leg injury or anything like that, you'd think that it won't really impact him in the long term. It'll come back from his injury and he'll be kicking on like usual. So time can only tell with him, and we wish him the absolute best in his recovery. We've got Chris P in the chat saying we have now got 78 goals in all comps. Can we reach 100 goals? In all comps, definitely. In the league, I need to just double check it, but in the league, we are on 68. So 12 games remaining, and we've got 32 games left. So in the league, it's going to be a tough one, but hey, we've got some pretty comfortable games coming up, though. As I said in my preview, as I said in the podcast, we've had a very tough in the games. The likes of Luton and Millwall and West Brom and Watford, right? Tough in the games. We've come out really well. Looking ahead, we had Huddersfield, which we had today. We got Blackpool and we got Wigan. Both those sides are still in the bottom three, right? So our next two games against Blackpool and Wigan, I'm hoping for more. I'm hoping for the same. Then after that, Hull, Blackburn. I mean, we know that Blackburn are awful. And Hull are... They're a bit inconsistent, but I still expect a win there, but I don't think it'd be too easy. And then Sunderland at home, and then we got two tough games in a row, Borough and Sheffield United. But, I mean, looking at the table, it makes some kind reading. We got 19 points, 19 separating us, and third place, Middlesbrough, losing away at West Brom today. And looking at the stats of today's game, Huddersfield in the first half, 3 shots, all from range, really. We had 81% possession in the first half. And second half, 69%, 0-0, 22 shots to Burnley. And Huddersfield's 8 that I think was all basically from range. The only real chance that they had that was quite noticeable was, I believe, Ward, number 25, from a near post effort from Juric, a save on his near post. That was quite routine. Other than that, they did catch us out maybe a little bit at times. You know, I think it was some complacency. We were 3-0 up, and basically we kind of knew the game was won. Maybe we'll take a bit more of a risk with some passes, you know, try to really try to express ourselves. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think that in that situation at 3-0 up or 4-0 up, we can take that risk at times. So, you know, sometimes it works really well. Sometimes they manage to catch us out and have a chance from range. And fortunately, they didn't make us suffer from that. We got Eat My Goal saying, I think we need a 25-point gap on third after playing the Bastards. You are correct. However, the only thing is about Bastards is the fact that it can be rearranged. So basically, we look ahead, got Fleetwood Town on Wednesday in the 5th round of the FA Cup. I don't want to jinx it here, but I know that Burnley are typically pretty poor in the cups, right? But that's Burnley of old, of Sean Dyche. Now we've got Vincent Kompany. You think that we should take it quite seriously. I expect another routine win against Fleetwood, and that means that if we beat Fleetwood, then that game would be rearranged against Blackburn, which could be a good thing, because it means that maybe we may not secure promotion at Blackburn, but it may mean more. We may actually be able to secure the title at Blackburn, as we won today, and so did Sheffield United, meaning that the gap between us and Sheffield United still remains at currently 12 points, but they do have a game in hand. So worst case scenario, 9 points. So still a very good lead. I believe their game in hand for Sheffield United is... Can someone tell me in the chat who it is against? I think it could be maybe... I'm looking at the games now. Any sort of weird midweek games that sticks out. I can't tell you right now who I think it is. Maybe someone can tell me down below. I think it's Reading. I think it is Reading away, which they play on the 7th of March. I'm pretty sure it's Reading away. That is their game in hand. So, yeah, that's the situation with them. Talking to chat it, that link between Teller and Obafemi. I think it's Obafemi, actually. It was a great fourth goal. All the goals. I want to talk about the second goal. I can't really explain it like completely detailed, but from my memory, the passing. I think there was about 30 odd passes on that move. You know that goal against Everton at Goodison back in the 17-18 year that Hendrick scored, and that we all lauded like it's like 30, 28 pass move, right? I'm pretty sure that goal was not too far off. Incredible play. I think every single member of the team was involved, from centre-back to the goalkeeper to the wingers to the full-backs to the strikers. Everyone was involved. Johan Bergumsen today to assist. You didn't notice him too much, I don't think. But when it made to that final key pass, he was there, and he was incredible as a 10. And I always felt like Johan was better as a 10, really, because when he's out wide, he's not got too much pace. And I felt like as a number 10, almost like Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil had that same sort of debate that because he's not too fast, potentially being in the middle of the pitch as a number 10 would really seek out to his traits. So I heard that conversation heard a lot of times, and I think Johan fits that same bill. So we've got at a chat here in terms of someone said about lawns. Who spoke about lawns? Young Trash Lord. How would Burnley deal after the Lawneys return back to their clubs? Well, I don't want to confirm and say that I think we're going to bring in Oldham. I don't think that is likely that we'll bring back the likes of Bellis. I think Bellis would be quite a very popular player for a lot of people. Bayer, I believe we have a clause in his contract, and that we've heard speculation that after we do see a promotion, when that is done, that a clause will be triggered. And I think it is €8 million for the services of Jordan Bayer, who I must say, after coming back from his injury, incredible today. Just so smooth, so silky. I've never seen a centre-back act like he's a winger at the same time. He could have scored as well, I think, 3 times today. Just easily just walking through the midfield. Incredible from him. Maatson, I think he's fantastic. I think that, especially for our system, he's so special in how he plays. So I hope that we can bring him too. And Teller, I hope we bring him back as well, but I guess it depends on what happens with Southampton. Alan Nitson said 3 mil for Bayer. It's definitely not 3 mil. Alan Nitson is the same guy that also said that I think Stephen Corker left Wigan and that he went out and he was actually still there. So I wouldn't really believe every single word that Alan Nitson says. From the Athletic, I've heard 8 million. So I believe the Athletic much more than Alan Nitson. And Teller doesn't have a clause in his contract as far as I'm aware. That's the first time I've heard of it. But yeah, first goal today. Zaruri, left-hand side, cross in, a lot of pace, a lot of work for the defense and the goalkeeper to mess with. I believe Barnes was given the goal. Looking at all the stats here, I believe Barnes is giving the goal. So it could have been Zaruri, it could have been Barnes. I think Barnes got a little bit of a touch in it, so it was his goal for the first one. Second goal, already gone through it. Incredible team goal for that one. And third one, I think, was quite similar. Third goal for Brownhill, incredible team goal yet again, just making it look easy. And then the fourth one, what a ball by Connor Roberts, just splitting the entire pitch for Nathan Teller, who just puts on a plate for Obafemi, his best mate as well, and that seals the game. If I was really trying to be like split hairs here, I really wish that Foster could score. Foster, I thought, came on for Barnes. I thought he was really good. Foster holding up the ball really well from deep and just making it easy, passing it back to Cullen and the defenders and just keeping the ball really nice and easy. If I was like, that's the only thing I really want. I really want Foster to get his first goal for Burnley. That's the one thing that I could have wanted for today, really. So Foster, we're still waiting. But hey, we've got Fleetwood on Wednesday, so we're going to hope that is a day for him. Of course, you may be asking, why have I got an Hawaiian neck brace? We're on the beach from now on, boys. Okay, let's be honest, we're promoted. And let's only hope that we're going to be going up as champions. And you think a game like today, a day like today is just more further proof that we will be going up as title winners. You're gonna hope. So it's looking good. I want you guys to give me your player of the match, man of the match for today. it's tough to pick one. Every single player today was fantastic. I can't really pick out one player to be particularly like okay or average. They were all fantastic in their roles today. If I got to pick one man of the match in chat, you guys tell me down below your man of the match. I don't want to keep repeating myself here, but I really got to emphasize how good this guy is. Josh Cullen. I am the leader of the Josh Cullen fan club. He is involved in absolutely everything that we do. And in terms of our midfield and the way that we play, I cannot see a player that is as pivotal, as effective, as remarkable, and as consistent as Josh Cullen. And again, it feels harsh. It could be Ekdal. Ekdal, incredible. Bayer, incredible yet again. Okay. Coming back from injury. It could be Roberts. I loved Roberts today. Was involved, was running left and right and becoming like a winger for the most part of the game. And his pass for the fourth goal was incredible. Johan Bergumsen, 2 assists today, was really fantastic at getting that final really effective pass to open up the defense. And he was fantastic in that role too. Ashley Barnes were also great. Brownhill, I felt like, I mean, they were all fantastic. But Brownhill, I felt like he really was, he's a Brownhill that we know of, that we saw at the start of the season. He became more Brownhill. That took a bit more, it was a bit more brave, I think, a bit more brave with his decision making, and that he just literally just went with the flow, full confidence, and just whatever he felt came to mind, whatever felt right, he just pinged it left and right and found the passes and the runs that he saw fit. So I got to pick Josh Cullen. I love Josh Cullen, and I hope that I really hope that I can see him being the captain of Burnley one day. I don't know why. Maybe there's something about a player that just doesn't smile ever that I kind of like. I don't know why. It sounds really weird, but I like that. Looking at the chat here, we've got Harry saying Johan Berg, Goodmanson, man of the match. We've also got Wildfort saying Ekdal, man of the match, or Goodmanson. Chris P saying Cullen. Eat My Goal saying Cullen. Cullen is a first name terms with first name, and he's also on every blade of grass. Dan, the sound man, saying Cullen, man of the match as well. Someone said, Eat My Goal said, I'm worried about Foster, though, yet to see something exceptional about him. I think that's really harsh. I think Foster, when he came today, was really good in terms of his positional play. He plays like a deep line forward, like what Barnes has been doing today. He made no mistakes, dropped deep, and then kept the ball, laid it off, and we moved forward. And that's kind of how we play. Our strikers isn't a typical striker that you've seen in recent years. It's much more of a team effort. So I get the fact. Because like, for example, Barnes, right? Barnes hasn't scored in like a ton of games. Now he's scored, I think, 3 games in a row now, or is it only 2? It's going against Millwall. Yeah, so he scored in 3 games in a row now, Luton, Millwall, and Huddersfield. But before that, he didn't score in any game in like 10 over than Blackburn, right? And technically Crawley. I guess you can count Crawley as well. So strikers in our system typically isn't like a goal scorer. Like, it's much more of a team effort that makes us so threatening. So from what I saw from Foster, what I'll say is the fact that he's in all the right areas. For me, he's in all the right areas. He's doing all the right things, and he's in the right positions. Like, for example, I think it was Obafemi. So I think it was the same thing. I think it was near the last 10 of the game, Roberts with another split ball across the back third of the pitch, and then it was Obafemi on it, laid it off for Teller, who shot, but on the right-hand side. If Teller just saw or heard Foster would have been like completely clear. Yeah, and he's done that quite a few times, and he would have just, I'd hope, not an upper goal, but a clear 1-on-1 to go and score. So, yeah, when it comes to Foster, I think that he's doing all the right things, and it just needs to fall for him. And with time, that will come. So, lads, give me your predictions. Actually, let's end off with a question, right? So, Fleetwood Town, I would say your predictions, but I think we'll all say a Burnley win. As no offense to Fleetwood, we're playing fantastic. We're a Premier League team. And that's the one thing I'll say as well. This team can get so much better. So much better. Do not forget that. This team is still so young and so raw. Ekdal's been here for like 3 days, okay? And he looks as good as he does. Most of our team is 21 to 23. Most of our players are so like raw when it comes to the system, right? And we already look this good. To any teams in Premier League, be concerned, okay? And to Burnley fans, get excited. Get delusional. Might as well be. That's what football's all about, right? Get delusional. I got to say. Because we go into the next game, Fleetwood Town, Wembley. Talk about delusional. Are we being delusional? Fleetwood Town at home win that in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And I'm pretty sure as well, the last time we were in the FA Cup of the, quarterfinals of the FA Cup, I believe was Watford in 2000. And can someone confirm, is it 2004? 2000, around that kind of era. I think it's been almost 20 years since the last time we were in the quarterfinals of an FA Cup. I know that it was against Watford, but I think it's around the kind of early 2000s era. So Tom Campbell saying, we are the bollocks, UTC. Up the colours, my friend. Harry Cullen is a ripe old age of 26. That's the thing. Like, Cullen is one of the old heads in his team. And we signed him at 25. He's 26 now, right? So, like, Cullen is like the old heads and he's 26. That's just such a dramatic change. Like, Brownhill is like our old heads in the team, right? Brownhill is, I swear, 28. Josh Brownhill is 27 years old, right? Brownhill's like the leadership. He's a captain, right? He's 27. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Give me your predictions down below in chat for scores for Burnley, for Fleetwood Town. Dan saying Burnley 3, Fleetwood Town 1. If I got to give my predictions, I think that it would be I can see us conceding just because we did that against Crawley Town. I'm going to say 3-1. I'm going to say 3-1 Burnley. Crawley Town, we conceded the goal. They seem to kind of always concede like a random goal against a team in like, you know, the cups and that. So I will say 3-1 Burnley. I don't think it'll be too much of a concern. I think they may score like later on in the game or something to make it 3-1, and we're already 3-0 up. I'm looking forward to seeing the team for the FA Cup. I want to see Obafemi start. I want to see Foster start. I want to see Twine start. I want to see Vitinho and Jack Cork probably start as well. Peacock Farrell. Be a great team. We can rotate a bit and then have a strong team. Al Dakil, see him again. And that the main news I want to see, hopefully, is Ian Matson. I want to hope that his injury is not too bad. I think he'll be out for like 3-4 weeks. It's a shoulder injury. Typically, I mean, we saw who was it? Tom Heaton. That's why he was injured with a shoulder injury for like I think it was like 3-4 months. So it could be bad. It could be okay, but I think minimum is at least a month. Like typically, a shoulder injury is a month, or at least a month kind of injury. And he looked like it was quite bad because he had, I think he had oxygen as well. Stretchered off. Fortunately, due to our position and our team and our depth, it will not be too much of a miss. He will be missed because he's very important of our system. However, I do hope that we should be okay without him. We could play Taylor as that left back, or if he really wanted to go for like, maybe go for Vitinho and he could be that left back role because I think he may be more suitable to that Matson system. Which sounds harsh on Taylor, but I think Taylor isn't the exact same when it comes to the versatility that we need in that role, and the potential energy is there as well. And also Benson. Yeah, hopefully we can maybe see Benson or J-Rod pop up on the bench. I don't think they'll start, but I think hopefully on the bench, I would love to see one of those two on the bench as well. And we got predictions. 3-0 from Declan, 3-0 Burnley. I hope we keep a clean sheet. Harry saying 3-0 Burnley, start a strong team. I think there'll be some rotation, but overall, I think it'll be still strong. Chris P, 3-1 Burnley. And Chris P saying Barnes, Cork and Johan are old heads, and that's crazy because our team was really old last year, and our average age of our team today was 26 years of age. I swear last year was like 29. So I want to ask you one question to end off this match reaction. If you can, I put this out on Twitter, and it was nearly 50-50. It was if you can only pick one, win the title at Eadwood, in a derby against Blackburn, against Bastards, or have a FA Cup semi-final day out at Wembley. If you can only pick one. If you asked me, I think I would pick Wembley. However, I think some fans who maybe knows, maybe a few more Blackburn fans than I do, maybe they could pick Blackburn because I guess that's the ultimate one up against them. Like, that's such a big moment in terms of the rivalry. That'd be such a stance, I'll be honest. Eat My Goal saying FA Cup. Matthew Walker saying champions. Chris P saying FA Cup semis. I mean, maybe we're just looking too far ahead. It could beat Fleetwood and then have Man City away to Etihad in the quarterfinals, right? So that could be a possibility. However, you never know. You never know. Maybe you could face someone a bit more favourable, like a Southampton or a Leeds. We will have to face a Premier League team again in quarters. Hopefully, it's a team that we can maybe go to. Hopefully, a team at home, and we could have Leeds at home. We could have Southampton at home. We could have looking at the FA Cup. So look, because that's now the eyes. Now the eyes are going ahead for the FA Cup now. We can look ahead, and we got the likes of Southampton could face. Got the likes of Leicester or Blackburn. So Leicester maybe, United, West Ham. Hopefully not United again. Fulham or Leeds, either of those two would be great. Sheffield United or Tottenham. Tottenham at home, I'll take Tottenham at home. Away from home, probably not. Stoke v Brighton, again, either of those two I'll take. Brighton are really good, but that'd be a good game to watch. That'd be a really good game. And then Bristol City v Man City. Yeah, for love of God, do not give us City, man. So I'm looking forward to the week ahead. We've got the FA Cup to look forward to. Hopefully, a quarterfinals in the FA Cup will be on the horizon. And Burnley, to end it off, are currently 19th place from 3rd in the Championship. Middlesbrough, of course, losing today. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I guess you could say that we should be promoted. I guess Middlesbrough, who's their next few games? They've got Reading at home, should beat them. Swansea away. Maybe could be a tough one, maybe a draw. Stoke at home, Preston at home. So really, they've got some pretty comfortable games for the most part, Middlesbrough, until they face us at the Riverside. That'd be a really, really, really big game. I think that could be the game that we could almost like secure. That could be the game that we could almost just confirm it almost. Maybe not mathematically, but basically that's it, done. As if it's not already done, but it pretty much is done. Imagine being a bastard fan watching us piss the league and play at Wembley. If we play at Wembley, man, and also win a title, which probably should win a title. Oh, God, that'd be poor bastards. I think we can give most of the teams a game. And if we win a league by the quarters, then we can put a strong team out for that game. I think that we'll put a strong team out anyway. So do we get the record for the most points in a season? Well, looking at that, we are currently en route, if we win every single game, to hit 112, meaning that out of our last 12 games, we can only afford to, I believe, draw 3 games and win all 9 to match the record, or to lose twice and win all 10 to beat the record by 107, I believe. Actually, is it 113 we get? Just trying to do the maths here. So 76 points right now. So 76 times, add 30 for 10 wins, 106. 113, sorry, 113 points, not 112, right? So yeah, we can lose 2, win 10, beat the record by 107. I think we can draw and then also lose 1. And we also, can we draw 2 and then lose 1? I don't think we can. No. Yeah. Maybe to match it. If we draw 2 and lose 1 from our last 12, do we match the record? I'm pretty sure we do. Right? So that's the kind of, calculations that you can pull off to try to match or beat the record. Again, the only way that we can do that is if we keep winning our games until we face Borough and Sheffield United. If we can win all our games, which is a tough ask, but with us, probably not. Wigan at home, Blackpool away, Hull away, Bastards away, Sunderland at home. If we can win pretty much all those games and we go into Middlesbrough and Sheffield United, or at least have one draw in those next 5. If you face Middlesbrough and Sheffield United and we still go through them with at least 1 win and a draw, we got Reading, Rotherham, QPR, and Bristol City with Cardiff. It's possible as long as we go through those 2 games with it still in the hands. Again, does it matter? Probably not. People don't really care, I guess, in terms of they just want to win a title. It's just really the only thing that matters. But hey, when you're already this good and you're already this far ahead, you might as well try while you're at it to might as well make it record-breaking, right? And I think that is something that Vincent Company will want to keep in mind. So lads, ladies, breathe it in. It is a fantastic time to be a Claret. If you guys are new here to the Longside, then feel free and subscribe and also drop a like on the video. And my next podcast should be done I think tomorrow or Monday, maybe Monday actually. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you all for the chat. Garrett, Matthew, Dan, Chris, Harry, Declan. Thank you all so much for being here, and also Eat My Goal. And I'll see you guys next time for another match reaction or podcast. It'd be a podcast. Up the Callets, boys. See ya.